Tommy Tuberville, they bring him on to talk about the caucuses, and he can't help himself. Here he is with Larry Kudlow.
I have to say, Kudlow kind of teased him up here with this, so we can't put it all. So these are two pretty great minds you want discussing an important issue like climate change.
Iowans know it's going to be cold in January. Montanans know it's going to be cold in January. Pretty much everybody except John Kerry knows it's going to be cold.
All right, pause it for 1 second. John Kerry is the chief negotiator for climate change for the the Biden administration, but he just actually stepped down as of this weekend. Everybody knows it's going to be cold in January. Everybody knows it's going to be cold in Montana and Iowa in January. But, it used to be that it was cold in December, too. And in November. In New York State, south of at least Albany, there hasn't been 2 days in a row where there's been snow on the ground. It took 2 days. They got a big snowstorm last week, and within 2 days, it had been 50 degrees and rained, and it was gone. But go ahead.
Sorry, my parents still live in North Dakota. All anybody talks about is how in the 90s and the 80s, we got huge snowstorms, and we don't really get those anymore. And then also, after an extremely warm December, there were, like you said, they had no snow. It was like 45 when I was home. And now you see extreme cold that they've never seen before either.
Yes. Crazy extreme weather, flooding in December and January in the Northeast. Flooding. That's not what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be snow, and the snowpack slowly melts over the course of spring. That's the way it used to be. I don't know if there's a way that it's supposed to be, but that's the way that it used to be. That's the way that we built our society around it. Let's put it that way. But these guys, I don't know what they're hoping for, but here it is.
Iowans know it's going to be cold in January. Montanans know it's going to be cold in January. Pretty much everybody except John Kerry knows it's going to be cold in January. And we also know it's going to be hot in August. And this global warming stuff and Green New Deal stuff and over $1 trillion, I say it's a hoax. There is no immediate danger. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Please disagree if you do, but I just think this is a hoax.
Well, I've always said that John Kerry's a climate con, Larry. It's a money grab. That's all it is. It's a money grab.
The amount of money that we have spent in dealing with climate-based catastrophes in this country, in that we are going. Look at the insurance companies. You want to know what's real? What are the insurance companies doing? Why are the insurance companies, if this is a con and nothing's changing, why are the insurance companies not cashing in? Why are they not cashing in on this? They're doing the opposite. They're quitting the business because they know they're in trouble.
It's actually like getting in the way of a cash grab, which is people who finance people like campaigns like Tuberville's oil industry grabbing oil out of the ground.
100%. And you know what they know in Iowa? The farmers know. We've moved from a different growing zone than we were 20 years ago. Was there more?
We've listened to scientists after scientists, Larry, that's come to Washington, D.C. and talk to us, and they all say the human and mankind cannot affect the climate. It's not going to happen, but it's just something else that they're trying to send money overseas, and we're subsidizing all these other countries. Of course, China's building a new coal plant almost weekly, so it's not going to make any difference.
Ms. Trump said this. Yeah.
So wait a second. Is it that humans can't influence the climate, or that China's influencing the climate, so we're not going to make any difference? They got their bases covered there. It's both. It's both. Humans can impact the climate, and only the Chinese can impact the climate. It really is just amazing that we're still at this place.